What's up, my fellow Toku nerds and fellow Scounder nerds? I apologize for not posting the episode yesterday. Straight up, I forgot. That is on me. I deeply apologize for that. But I'm here right now, so let's talk about episode 39 of Kamen Rider Zeztz. And I gotta say, it was, I guess it was alright. There were some things I liked, some things I didn't. So, let's get into that. First up, the Paranormal Affairs organization group in the police department is back on the scenes because of all the recent events that has happened. And then immediately we get onto the case. It was interesting that we got a little bit of a focus on the two old guys, two old brothers. I don't know why. They remind me of something. I just cannot put my finger on it. I've seen something like that, but I don't know. You guys might know more than what I do, so you guys let me know. In any case, apparently these two brothers are legendary small-time thieves, and they just rob like grocery stores, like candy bars, sushi, stuff like that. It's very small time. But the dream was that they want to steal a car. I guess I go with that. It's kind of, yeah. Take that as you will. I got nothing on that one. But overall, I think it was like, you can feel the brother connection between the two, especially from the little brother, Genji, I think his name was. Which, on him, we get to experience something weird, where he starts transforming into the gun nightmare that we've seen since episode 1. I wonder how. In the episode, it mentions that it might be caused by the code insomnia, because they mentioned earlier in the episode that everyone's still connected in the same dream. Kinda interesting in that front, in general, but overall, interesting. And then I think once Genji fully transformed into the nightmare, he just vanished. Or something in the sky said guilty, and then just made Genji disappear. It really raises a big mystery on what's going on. Because we don't know who has the Code Insomnia capsule. It was interesting that people were assuming Jeeg right off the bat, which, yeah, okay, it's weird that Jeeg is out and about, just like, no rhyme or reason, he just is. He's just out due to the punishment capsule, I think is what they explained it. I think. So, Jig's on loose again. Great. Awesome. He's not the biggest threat on the planet, but still he's a bad guy who's a little on the cuckoo side, so I think guys will. At least he's a bad guy you love to hate. 3 is just a bad guy that you just want to hate. No rhyme or reason. Sorry, total random tangent there. I apologize for that. But we did get the fight sequence between Jeeg and Nox. Nox using Midnight Shadow, which was a very short but cool fight sequence overall. I don't think much moves were made. Like, hand-to-hand combat happened. Jeeg uses his sword to try and cut Nox. Nox deflects it up to the thing. Not sure what that saying was. In case. And then moves out of the way. Dodges. You know the fight sequence. I'm not going to explain the whole thing. I wanted to, not gonna lie. But knowing me and how I explain things, it'll be a lot longer than it should. So, yeah. But overall, it was a good fight. It was a good fight, very short and simple. And then Nox does Rider Kick, but he doesn't do like the thing where he kicked Code 3. Instead, he kicked G into like this illusion area, I guess. Oh, and before that, Baku and Nemu talked about the whole situation, which, I mean, Nem brings a valid point. If G really does hate Code Samnia, why would he even use it in the first place? So, there's that. So with the fight sequence between Baku and Jeek, okay, there's one thing I want to mention, and I'll get to it. But, either way, Baku transforms into Extreme to get into the illusion, which was really cool. Love the fight sequence, and yeah, G gets his butt whooped, to say the least. I mean, I just love Extreme's power set so much. But here's the weird thing. He doesn't stay in Extreme. This was kind of weird on how they edited the episode. But they somehow Baku changes from the Extreme driver to the regular Zeztz driver to transform into Orderum form. Which this form does make sense in some cases, but you're gonna have to help me out here. Orderum is more controlled. You're able to control things. It's like Geats 9 I've mentioned before, right? Extreme is just very on the you control what you want to happen. Right? Either way, he doesn't, as Extreme, he doesn't control on who's connected to a nightmare. But Orderum is, and is able to take Punishment Nightmare out of Jeek. Which he did before with Minami with the cat nightmare. I completely forgot the name of it. Apologies for that. Please help. In case, that whole sequence happens. Punch Nightmare vanishes off to who knows where, and we got the confirmation that Jeek did not have the Cold Samnia capsule. So, we're left with wondering who has it. Which, honestly, we don't. Like, my biggest guess right now is that a nightmare has it? But which one? We know that the lady doesn't have it because she's pretty much on. I'm gonna put this in the best way I can describe it. Sleep deathbed. She's not gonna die, but she's close on falling asleep. So we know what happens to that. And then we know, we can confirm that G doesn't have it, nor does anyone on Team Zeztz. So it kind of just leaves the nightmare itself. Unless it's someone higher up in code. Because remember this. Code 3 was talking to someone higher up. We know that. But who? Who's higher up in code? Other than 3 or 0? We don't know. But I think next episode we'll get some answers. I think. I'm not sure. But overall, it leaves a lot of good questions that were addressed in this episode. The fight sequence were awesome. The only real, thing I kind of question on is, why does Baku change from extreme to Orum? Orum is used to get nightmares out of people. Yes, I get that. But it's weird that all of a sudden he just changes the extreme driver to the Zeztz driver. Isn't that weird to anyone else? Or is that just me? You let me know. Overall, great episode, good episode. Can't wait to see what happens next. Yes, for the record, I have a new light thing going on, so if you see me tinker with this from time to time, just be aware of that. And then make sure to like and subscribe to make sure you stay up to date for any upcoming episodes. Also, if you have not checked out any other episodes, I have a full playlist talking about my thoughts about each episode on my channel. And then anything else I should mention? Oh, I did a couple posts. One's more important than the other. One is about Netflix and One Piece. It was just a simple short that I needed to get off my chest. But the other is about the play that I was in, Life of the Revolution. I said revolutionary in the video, but keep in mind it is actually called Revolution. Apologies on that. It is on YouTube, and if you guys have not checked it out, please do so. And I think that is about it. Alright. So make sure you keep an eye out for EastCon's comment about his thoughts about Kamen Rider Zeztz this episode. And I will see you guys next time. Take care. Stay safe. Later.